I don't speak for all black women. I don't speak for all black women that are in an inter-ethnic relationship. But for me, that's how I can feel seeing on a Black Love page and seeing all people that's pretty much telling you don't belong here. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey fam, welcome to the Co-Life. As you can tell by our title, this is going to be a real interesting topic. So we figured that we would share this experience that we had on social media and pretty much get into it.
We enjoy having very real, raw conversations. So if you are the same, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to look at our family and everyday life, but also dig into some of these conversations.
Yeah. Well, just to give you guys a little bit of a background, we got a little dragged, I would say.
We had some pretty intense controversy.
Yeah, so Black Love actually shared one of our reels on Instagram, and
keep in mind, it was just a lighthearted, happy reel.
Yeah, it was a funny reel. We shared it on YouTube as well. And I shared it back, and I did not realize until maybe like a few hours in that people were very upset that Black Love shared that reel. I was a little taken aback, but I wasn't surprised.
I didn't even know they shared it until it was like already in the thick of it. And I don't remember if it was you or I saw someone comment on it. And I was like, oh, they shared our stuff. So I looked at it, and yeah, the comment section was going absolute bonkers.
Here's the thing. There's one side that they see a Black Love page, and there are people that are very upset about the fact that there was an inter-ethnic relationship on there. People were saying it should not have been on there. We should have our, we have other pages. They should be on those pages. I'm unfollowing because I thought this was exclusive to just Black on Black Love. I didn't sign up for this, like all of this stuff.
I mean, a large argument was we can never have our own space. Mm-hmm. Right? Black people were saying that they wanted their own space to be able to celebrate and, pay tribute to beautiful black couples being a black man and a black woman. Mm-hmm. And so they were upset that we were obviously throwing that off, given that I'm white, and that it was like an invasion of their space.
Yeah. And this is an interesting topic because on the other side, people were very happy. There was, a number of people that were very happy that they were representing Black interracial love because they feel that their stories are just as important. They feel that there is an intricate story that goes into Black women who are in love.
And that is still a Black woman or Black person's experience with love, therefore it's still Black love. I think that is that side of the argument.
Yeah.
And this is a very controversial topic all around.
Yeah, it's very controversial.
As we evidently saw in the comment section.
Yeah. I mean, even Brian and I had to have a conversation of understanding what we think and how do we feel. And here's the thing. We get both sides.
At the end of the day, both arguments make complete sense to both of us.
I think that we just understand. I mean, that's the best way I can say it. We just understand both sides. I get why people are upset. I feel like, yes, they feel that there should be a space. But I also feel on the other side, as a Black woman who's with a majority, I'm a minority, that is an intricate conversation. Or just a Black woman experiencing love is still a conversation. But I also think that I totally understand how there should be a page for, Black love. Like I get both. But here's what I don't get. And this is where it bothers me because now it's starting to feel like I am excluded out because I'm with a white man because of the hate that we received on the page. Mm-hmm. The hate that Brian received, the comments that were made about me. And you know what? Comments usually don't really affect us. I mean, we've been on social media for 3 years. We get a lot of comments, y'all. We do.
And full transparency, there's probably been like 1, 2, maybe 3 situations where it did affect us, and we had to kind of work through that in different situations or circumstances. But majority, if someone makes an offhanded racist comment, if someone makes an offhanded crazy comment, they can say we're ugly, we're this, we're that. It whatever. Doesn't matter. I go
you know,
through one
who
ear
I
out the
am
other.
as a black woman, who he is as a white man, being with a black woman, like all of that is
we heard it.
We heard it.
We heard it all.
But the problem that I have here is there was so much hate that was coming, you know, to the Black Love page, to us, and it bothers me because on one hand, as a black woman who is on social media, there's so much topics around that, right? There's topics around me being with the majority. Why am I even with the white man? Because still oppression that's going on right now. Why are you even with this man? And then on the other side, it's like, I don't know. It's hard to figure out where to fit in here. Where do I fit in? Because it felt so much like, get out of here. Like, get out, leave.
There was definitely an exclusivity to her experience and to her as an individual black woman. And this is not just with this. This is not just with this post. Like, this is a conversation that has happened before multiple times of pushing Lexi out of the conversation of the black experience because she's with me.
Yeah.
She basically, like, she doesn't understand, or she is not still a black woman in America because she has a white husband.
I feel like there's the whole side of being, you know, I can't go into the white crowd because racism, and I can't go into the black crowd because you're not welcomed here. That's the way that it can feel. And not to say that everybody's like that. We don't want to put everybody on that category, but that's the way that I can feel sometimes. I don't speak for all black women. I don't speak for all black women that are in an inter-ethnic relationship, but for me, that's how I can feel seeing on a Black Love page and seeing all people that's pretty much telling you don't belong here. I'm like, oh, okay. And the crazy thing is that when I used to follow the Black Love page from the very beginning, I actually loved their documentary series. And they had an interethnic relationship for their first series. So that's why I kind of got confused when people were upset. Not to say that you shouldn't be. I understand why you're upset, and I get both sides, but I didn't understand the Black Love, particularly because they showed an interethnic relationship, their first document series, and I didn't know that there was any hate there, and I didn't recognize it. So that's why I didn't know.
And oddly enough, I think that this is a taste of the experience that Aza may have, right? As a mixed biracial, bi-ethnic child in America and not being able to fit into both sides. We've seen that story play over and over with mixed children in society, not having a place to call home necessarily, or struggling with the identity of it. I feel like our relationship is a scaled down version of what her experience will be. We've posted videos in the past explaining how we're going to teach her how to identify, and those were probably some of the most controversial videos we have ever posted. When
it comes to this conversation, it's also hard because there are people that are in an interethnic relationship and they purposely did not want to be with another black person. There's people that we get messages all the time saying, hey, I want to be with a white man, and I want to be with, I don't want to be with anybody else. I don't even want to be with anybody of my race. I want to be with a white man particularly. That is not us. That is not our story. But how do you differentiate us from other people that are like that? That I hate my race. Like, how do you differentiate those people? Differentiate. How do you differentiate those people? How do you do that? So I don't know. I don't have an answer for all of this.
Well, it's because people assume that you are one of those women who left black men in search for a white man, and it's just not true.
That is not true at all. I love black men. I appreciate black men. I've dated black men, and all in all, like it's hard because there's so many things that are happening in the world that people see, and it's hard to tell you, hey, that's not what I particularly think. That may be something that you've experienced, but that's not me. And I wish so much that we could have these conversations in a more healthier way. Like, we can take what we've seen and not maybe put that on other people and we can have like healthy conversations. And I want to say that I did see healthy conversations that happened under the Black Love page, but a lot, whew, strong.
I think we were not shocked by the viciousness in the comment section, but we were disheartened by it.
I feel like we all have different opinions about where we should be, and I think the thing is we should just respect them. That is it. We should just respect them and be more, and just be mindful of how we share our thoughts. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't put no emotion in it and all that type of stuff. I totally get that. But there should just be more love, if anything, with us. You know, love and compassion, understanding that we are all trying to understand each other, and we can still be cool afterwards. That's the thought. That's my hope. That's my hope, is that we can have these conversations, share an opinion, have a healthy conversation, and we can still be cool afterwards. But I want to say, I don't want to take away the hurt and pain and all of those things that the Black community has experienced.
Absolutely.
Including myself and including everybody that is a minority. And it's particularly, I'm just talking to the Black community because I'm a part of it. I don't want to take away from that at all. I get it, and that's why I'm not giving like a solid opinion. I understand both sides. I understand why there's anger. I understand why there's frustration. I understand why this conversation needs to be had, and maybe we can do it in a healthy way for us to have a open space to do that. You know, however that needs to look. Shoot, if just me and I need to come and we could all talk and figure out what that looks like. How can we come together as a Black community? Me in a Black community, how do we come together and talk about this?
And I think for me as a white person, it is completely understandable if a Black man or a Black woman wants to be with someone in their own culture, ethnicity, or race. It is completely understandable, because that is who you can identify with the most. That's who you can relate to on a deeper level. And even things that you may have to go through this life understanding, it's easier, it's smoother, and you can be on the same page and unify. We take no offense to that.
Yeah. I want to say I appreciate our community that really stuck up for us and helped us and, shared who we are and what we are about, and not let people assume the worst of us. We appreciate that, and we love you guys, and we didn't want to not say that.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the thing that can be disheartening overall is that this goes so far beyond even the racial divide and this conversation in particular, but it goes to everyday life that I have experienced so many times with all different types of humans, is this concept of the ease that people rush to judgment, how difficult and challenging it is for people to negate the subconscious biases that they have, or work to get past them, to be open, to have conversation before making a strong opinion, and then even the way we communicate those opinions. So many difficult conversations and so many moments of viciousness between just two humans can be avoided if we don't assume things, if we don't create opinions before we have all the facts, if we can just open ourselves up to hearing someone, empathizing with someone, understanding their perspective, and then make a judgment, and then make an opinion. Making decisions in life is not a bad thing. Doing it before even thinking or before even having a chance to sit down and listen to someone is very dangerous. And that's what led to so much of this hatred that we saw, and it was definitely discouraging.
So with that being said, I hope that we can have a more just healthy conversation with sharing our emotions, sharing how we feel, and talking about these conversations. I don't want to not talk about them. And maybe we can figure out what this could look like that will be a safe space for everybody. If it's all, Black women, if it's all Black people, if we just need to have a meet and greet, I don't know. But let's figure out what this looks like.
And I would just challenge every person watching this to, before you go into a difficult conversation, ask yourself, am I going in this already with every opinion formed about the situation, what's happened, who this person is, why they did what they did, why I think the way I think? Are you open to being wrong? Are you open to hearing another opinion? check yourself before you enter those types of conversations. You can have them in a healthy way and make sure you're in a good place to have them.
And then we're talking about any type of conversation, not this particular conversation.
All conversations.
Yeah. So we appreciate you guys for listening. Let us know your thoughts. I hope that this can be a healthy conversation in the comments. So let's talk about it. We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.